Welcome to Rich Mind Channel 22. Today we're diving into one of the most powerful wealth-building concepts ever taught by the legendary Jim Rohn. This isn't just about money, it's about transforming your entire relationship with success, starting with what you feed your mind every single day. Jim Rohn often began his teachings with a simple yet profound story about a wise farmer. Picture this. A farmer carefully plants the finest tomato seeds. He prepares the soil perfectly, chooses the ideal location, but day after day he waters his plants with salt water. When harvest time comes, his tomatoes are bitter and inedible. What does he do? He complains. He blames the seeds, the weather, bad luck. This farmer, Rohn would say with his characteristic pause, does exactly what we do with our minds. We plant dreams and ambitions, but we water them daily with negativity, complaints, and toxic information. The result? A bitter harvest in our own lives. The foundation: you are what you consume. Jim Rohn was obsessed with one fundamental truth: we are the product of our influences. His most famous maxim, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with," wasn't just social observation. It was an unforgiving law he discovered while studying his own transformation from struggling young man to millionaire mentor. When I was 25, Rohn would share, I was barely making ends meet. One day my mentor asked me a life-changing question. Jim, look around you. Do your 5 closest friends earn more or less than you? The answer was obvious and devastating. They all earned about the same amount, almost nothing. This wasn't coincidence. Rohn understood that our mind operates like a garden that cannot remain neutral. If you don't plant flowers, weeds will grow automatically. There's no neutral ground in the human mind. We're constantly being influenced, consciously or unconsciously. The question isn't whether we're influenced, but what we choose to be influenced by. The 7-day mental fast strategy. Here's where Rohn's philosophy becomes practical and immediately actionable for anyone serious about building wealth. He proposed a radical but temporary challenge that could change everything. Cut all sources of negativity for exactly 7 days. No catastrophic news programs, no toxic conversations, no people who complain constantly. As Rohn would say with his trademark humor, don't worry, the world won't stop spinning because you didn't watch the news for a week. And if it does stop, you'll find out soon enough. But here's the crucial part. Nature abhors a vacuum. If you remove something, you must replace it with something better, or the old patterns will automatically return. Rohn's prescription was precise and powerful. Start each morning with 30 minutes of personal development reading. Transform your commute by listening to educational programs instead of mindless radio. Steer conversations toward constructive topics. Replace evening television with biographies of people who inspire you. This isn't about permanent isolation. It's about conscious choice. Rohn was inflexible on this point. You must become the vigilant guardian of your own mind. You wouldn't let anyone walk into your home and steal your possessions, so why let anything enter your head and steal your dreams? Purishiri, building your success ecosystem. Jim Rohn taught that success is never accidental. Success isn't something that happens to you. Success is something you attract by becoming the kind of person who deserves success. This transformation begins with rigorous control of your mental environment. Your mental environment is more important than your physical environment. You can live in a palace with a poor person's mindset, or in a modest apartment with a millionaire's mind. Rohn identified 5 circles of influence that successful people consciously organize. First, your inner circle, 1 or 2 people including your mentor and closest confidant. Second, your professional circle of 3 to 5 associates and direct colleagues. Third, your social circle of 10 to 15 regular friends. Fourth, your learning circle, the authors, speakers, and content creators you follow. Finally, your environmental circle, the general atmosphere of your neighborhood, city, and culture. You must be intentional in building each circle. Left to chance, your environment forms by default, not by design, and default environments rarely produce extraordinary results. The compound effect of daily choices. Returning to his agricultural roots, Rohn explained the laws of personal development through farming wisdom. The earth doesn't lie. Plant good seeds in good soil, take proper care of them, and you'll get a good harvest. This natural law applies directly to life and wealth building. Every book you read, every conversation you have, every program you watch plants a seed in your mind. In months or years, you'll harvest exactly what you've sown. This is why controlling your influences isn't just important, it's everything. Success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines practiced every day. Failure is nothing more than a few errors in judgment repeated every day. This philosophy applies perfectly to influence control. Each daily choice, this conversation, this show, this book, seems insignificant, but their accumulation creates your destiny, your immediate action plan. Rohn recommended a brutally honest exercise for anyone serious about wealth building. Take a piece of paper and list the 5 people you spend the most time with. Next to each name, write their income level, their general attitude, their main habits. This list shows you your probable future. Now apply what Rohn called the 3R rule. Reduce, replace, reinforce. Gradually reduce time spent with negative influences. Introduce new sources of inspiration and learning. Increase exposure to influences that elevate you. Filter every influence through 3 critical questions. Does this move me closer to my goals? Does this elevate me or diminish me? Will I be proud in 5 years that I consume this content? The architecture of your destiny. Jim Rohn concluded his teachings on influences with this powerful truth. You have the power to choose. You can choose to endure life or direct it, but you cannot escape the consequences of your choices. Controlling your influences isn't selfishness, it's intelligence. It's responsibility to yourself and to everyone counting on your success. When you elevate yourself, you elevate everyone around you. The sage from Idaho left us with this final reflection. In 10 years, you'll surely arrive somewhere. The question is where? The answer depends largely on what you choose to consume mentally starting today. There is no neutrality in life. Either we're growing or we're declining. Either we're rising or we're falling. Controlling our influences is one of the most powerful levers of transformation available to anyone serious about building true wealth. Your rich mind is your greatest asset. Guard it wisely, feed it intentionally, and watch your entire life transform. This is the Jim Rohn way, and this is your path to financial freedom. Remember, at Rich Mind Channel 22, we believe your mindset determines your wealth set. Control your influences, control your future. The choice is yours and the time is now.